Change of backgrounds again. The summer adventures continue. I'm in Mexico right now. We arrived here a few days ago, maybe like 4 days ago, and since arriving here, I've been in the fall phase of my cycle, which is the premenstrual, right before the period comes, and that is always a little bit of a heavy phase for me. So I've been a bit in a slump, in moments, not all day, but in sometimes very long moments, and just taking it slow. This next phase here is all about creating a home for myself, within myself. I haven't been really traveling, like I've lived in different places, but I haven't really been traveling for an extended period of time in a really, really long time. And it kind of like brought me back to that time, which was 6 years ago. I guess there was part of me that has been feeling like kind of I went backwards. Parts of my reality right now that just triggered those emotions to come out and those thoughts. And it's just a beautiful opportunity to be present and see it as a new experience. And the person I am now is completely different from who I was 6 years ago. I think a big storm's coming our way. Big storm! Is that a storm? I can see it over there. But it might just be like can't find words. This week has been quite difficult, to be honest. I feel like the external change that has happened in my life was significant. I've also been through a time right now where my internal has shifted. And I'm sure it has somewhat to do with my hormones and maybe some other things too. But it's been quite hard. I've found it really hard to adapt to this new external reality, and I feel like, yeah, you know how the internal and the external feed into one another? And it's kind of like this week, kind of like, not everything collapsed, but the external changed and the internal was quite weak, and the internal perceived that change as negative. Alone made it so much harder on myself, and it's been quite exhausting. One other really good thing that happened this week, I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's like, I feel really good about it, that's what I'm going to say, is that I want to say I have finished. I actually haven't. I'm like in the last 5 pages of The Women Who Run with the Wolves. And I've been reading this book since November last year. I've read other books as well as this one, so it's not been the only book that I was reading. But it hadn't taken me so many months to just finish one book. And I feel like this book is going to stay with me for a long time. And just as much as it took me a long time to read it, I actually feel like it has had and will continue to have a much bigger impact on me. It's actually enabled me the space in between what I've learned from it and what I've read in it and what I've seen in it to integrate in between gaining knowledge and perspective and then integrating it in my life and then coming back to it, as opposed to just like swallowing the whole thing without acting. It's more a book that has really encouraged me to observe the cycles that happen within me and in my life, and also in nature and in everything and everyone around us. And I'm excited to talk more about books. I realize I haven't talked to you guys about books that much because I haven't been reading as much. Actually, I've read some really amazing books, and I have a few really amazing books waiting for me on my nightstand right now. And then one last thing that I wanted to say is that Ross and I are going away for a week. Well, away. We're just changing scenery for a week. We're going in a little town. It's going to be a little bit more in nature, and we're going to have a garden. Yeah, I'm really just excited of kind of creating a home for a week. We just arrived to this house last night. It's called the Wooden Box. It's really lovely. We're closer to the mountains now here, and it's just so beautiful. And it's insane, like the huge difference it's made for me to change the environment in which I am, and just being closer to nature, and also in a bigger space. Like I feel it's like my heart and my body was all constricted in the city, and now we got here and I just feel like a big inhale, and it's just been really nice. By the way, this crop top that I'm wearing is from Studio K. It's a yoga loungewear brand. I also have the shorts. I'm just wearing some other shorts right now. Just feeling so much better. I also had a beautiful call with my brother this morning, and it was really lovely. Ross and I started watching Sex, Love and Goop on Netflix. We are actually coming to the last episode today. Don't watch much, and I honestly haven't watched anything recently at all, and it's been really fun watching that series, and it's been very educative and also just very interesting. And recently Ross and I started working with what would you say Chris is?
She calls herself a relationship alchemy coach.
A relationship alchemy coach. Relational alchemy coach. And she basically works with couples that are all in and that just want to like deepen their connection. And that can be through sex, but it can be just also through communication and touch, which is all linked. It's actually been so insightful. I feel like I've learned so much and learning so much about each other, and just like a lot of fun exercises. And right now, well, this week we have this exercise on doing or ask and receive. It's basically a practice where we go turns, and maybe I do it for 20 minutes. I say what I'd like to receive, and Ross can decide whether yes or no he wants to give that to me. And there's no like discussion or needed to argument why you should do it or not. Like, it's about also speaking boundaries. If your partner wants to receive a type of touch or a type of connection that you're not feeling comfortable with, or not interested, or not desiring in the moment, it's also like, yeah, knowing about you, not just pleasing the other person. And if that yes comes from a place of love and that you also want to be part of it, then like, that's beautiful. Also knowing oneself of like, wow, like really dropping into the body and feeling, wow, how do I want to be touched right now? Or how do I want to be held? Do I want something more on an energetical level and not like physical? It can be so many things, and we've just started to explore it, and it's been really, really lovely.
It's better than everything else we eat.
Because
Plate or bowl?
you can always heat them up if they get cold. I'm gonna eat it like a burrito.
You're gonna have hold it?
Oh, good. Mmm. Mmm. It's about sunset soon. I don't know if you can still hear in the background, but Mexican people listen to a lot of music and loud music. I think it's also Sunday, so it might be like a weekend celebration or something. It's been really nice here because as much as like we really feel like there's life happening close to us, it's also really quiet. Okay, they just like turned the music on right now. Yeah, being in an environment that just nourishes me, which is nature, has been really beautiful and serving. Yeah, I feel so much better and so excited to spend a whole week here. Squarespace is an amazing platform to create your own website or online stores. Their service offers many different features such as blogging tools, analytics, or even the ability to link any social media platforms to your webpage. If you're interested in effortlessly creating a website, a free trial is available at squarespace.com. And for anyone who's ready to launch their own page, the link squarespace.com/ChloeKean offers you 10% off your first order. All the information can be found in the description below this video as well.